Touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
From the 29, Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Carr. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 26. Here's Wilson. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Like somebody thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Again, Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now Wilson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
From the 3, second and a yard. Throwing is Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Eric Sauber from 3 yards out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. That one complete to Horsted. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And coming out now, the Broncos. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, Murray. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. They run it again with Williams. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Murray. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now a draw play. This is Bolden. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 43-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st down, Carr. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And good yardage on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get 1 key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Again, it's Carr. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Here's Carr to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now it's Bolden. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Bolden, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now a toss left side. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders have recovered.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. To throw his Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Jacobs. He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They go with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. The extra point by Carlson up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Washington now brings this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He's going to get it again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So Derek Carr in the offense, down by 10. A little over a minute to go. Here's Carr. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first, and it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quan Williams. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happier then.
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, They certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.